Iranian chess prodigy Sina Movahed, with only 15 years old, crushed Magnus Carlsen over the chessboard and also on the clock in title Tuesday. Let's go and enjoy this marvelous chess game between these two beautiful chess minds. Sina is playing with the white pieces against the king of chess, Magnus Carlsen. What a fight! Sina kicks off this game with a king's pawn move. We have e5, developing the knights, and the king of all of the chess openings, the Ruy Lopez. Main lines, Carlsen tries to outplay his opponent with his understanding. It's been famous that when you play Ruy Lopez, if you're a better player, you are able to defeat your opponent. Let's see. Bishop e7, rook e1, b5, bishop to b3, main lines. And here Sina plays a4, trying to crack open the queen side. Magnus decides to close it. He wants to play a5. I will not allow you. Let's play a5 and split these pawns. Plays d6, c3, trying to control the center. Rook to b8, some pressure on the b line. Bishop c4, some pressure on the a6 weak pawn. h6, if you play d4 here, there is bishop g4, so it's better to start with h3, a prophylactic move, and then you want to play d4. Carlsen says, let's chop off the bishops. If you take here, there is rook a8, and if bishop e7, there is rook a5, the game will probably end in a draw. So Sina just wants to play f e6, d4. If you don't believe me, just follow this game. If you don't believe that Sina is just playing for win against Magnus, just follow this game till the end to see that Sina, in one very important position, decides to continue the game instead of just making a simple draw by repetition. You have bc, there is a big fight for the center right now. White is trying to put pressure on e5, somehow maybe even trying to play bishop a3, knight d2, knight c4, main ideas. And here Magnus goes for rook b5, he wants to take the pawn, c4, please take it, you're welcome to take it, takes, and we have queen a4, goes back, queen a6. Now this knight is not in a good place, but Magnus plays a very clever move, queen to b8. And remember, this is title Tuesday. Each player has only 5 minutes without increments. So we are going to see also a battle of speed in this game. Queen to b8, very, very nasty move. If you take on e5, there is knight e4. Beautiful move. If you take back, there is knight c5. And look at this queen. I told you. You need to go here, and there is queen takes b1. Wow, what a position. Knight to d3. It still continues, but white can save the game with queen e4. But Sina didn't want to see this. He played queen a2. He just wants to play perhaps for some tricks with c5. Magnus takes on d4, and now he got a better position. He's better at chess understanding. Everybody knows that. Knight to c3, finally developing the pieces. We have rook to a8, trying to control the lines on the queen side. But okay, let's just develop bishop to d2, e5. This is, I think, where things go slightly wrong for Magnus Carlsen. Here the best move was queen to a6, which is, after knight db5, this move, perhaps knight d8, is hard to spot. And then some c6, there is some pressure over this c4 pawn, but he just plays e5. But now knight to f5. Magnus says, what is this? I will just play bishop f8. We don't have any attack on the king side. But now knight to d5. Okay, I will just take it. If you take back, okay, it's a positional battle, but Sina takes it with the e-pawn because he wants to open the lines for this queen to come to attack this king. This was Magnus Carlsen's last chance to trade off the queens with queen b3, because here there is no queen c1 because there is knight c3, so you need to exchange the queens there. Maybe also there is knight h6, and after take back, maybe queen g6, maybe Sina goes for this, but Carlsen just plays king h8, perhaps to prevent knight takes h6 check. So after king h8, now he wants to play queen b3, but Sina, look how he plays. Knight to h4. You might think it's for knight g6. No, he wants to bring the queen to g6 in front, and then the knight comes back to f5, and this bishop and this knight and this queen is going to attack the king. Magnus begs for exchanging the queens, but Sina says, no, you can take my pawns for free. Take it. Take this one also, if you're interested. Magnus takes them all. And now Magnus has 1 minute and 10 seconds on the clock. Sina has 39 seconds. And here comes the blow. Bishop takes h6. A brilliant bishop sacrifice to crack open the king. He could have go back, but bishop e3, white is perhaps better. He just takes it, and now knight takes h6. The threat is to play knight f7, but Magnus says, okay, I'll just take it. Bishop g7 was also possible. After that, rook e3, lifting the rook into the attack. White has better chances. He just takes it, queen takes h6, and king g8. Rook e3. This is the critical position. Magnus Carlsen thought, okay, I need my rook for some defensive purposes, and my queen is also defending the rook. Every single thing is defended. Let's run away with the king, because white is coming. But he should have first played this intermezzo with rook a1 check, and then running with the king. You will see why. King f7. Sina gives a check. Carlsen, to not lose this game, he should have sacrificed the queen and play this knight and rook against the queen, and with this time scramble, anything can happen. All three results are possible. But Carlsen didn't play that and just simply played king e8. Rook check. Okay, the queen is guarding the rook, but no longer. Because now if you go king e6, it's just checkmate in one. You have to go to c6, and the king blocks the queen, and now rook takes a8. And you might think the game is over, Sina won it, but just look at the clock. 33 seconds to 15 seconds. Wow, let's see what battle we can see. Knight to e4. Carlsen starts an attack. But now rook a7. A calm move, attacking c7, which there is no defense for it. I'm just going to take it, and you're going to be checkmated. So Carlsen tries to run away. Queen d1 check. King h2 and king to d5. And now white takes it. It's a very interesting battle. Only 12 seconds. Knight to c5, knight is guarding the queen. I'm sure 99% of Grandmaster will lose this game to Magnus Carlsen with only 12 seconds on the clock. It's very hard to checkmate this king. Just he plays rook a3 very quickly. Queen to d2, maybe looking for some checks. He gives a check and then rook to a8. Of course, you can trade the queens, but then white just pushes the h pawn. So you cannot do that. e4. Magnus is trying to create some chances, but now check, king to here, now check, king to here, check, king to here, check, king to here. If Sina repeats once more, just once more, with rook c8, the game ends with perpetual check. That's it. You gotta draw against the goat of chess, and you only have 7 seconds. I'm sure, I cannot say, but 99.99 chess players will do that, but not Sina. Sina is a risky player. He's not just playing for draw against Magnus. He won a lot of games against Magnus in these kind of online events, and he's not afraid of him, of course. And he just plays, and he's so skillful in very, very fast time controls. It needs a lot of character to not play rook c8 here. I don't know who can tolerate this temptation. I don't know, but Sina just plays queen f5, and he only has 6 seconds against almost 14 seconds of Magnus Carlsen. Magnus goes for a trade of queens. If I will be able to trade queens now with 6 seconds, he might not be able to win against me. There is no increments. Remember that. He just gives a check and rook e8. Prevent the trade. And now maybe some queen c8 or something like this. Oh my god, what is this? h4. Just pushing it. He just pushes it. And queen to g7 and g3, just making the king safe. Carlsen plays e3, trying to gain some time. But king to g2. What is this? King to c6. I mean, this is just magnificent. Carlsen has 6 seconds to 4 seconds. Check. And now takes it. And after this, the time is so much closer. 3 seconds to 4 seconds. Rook to d1. Knight to e4. Here queen takes e4 would have won the game. But if you're just thinking in this position what to do, then you will lose on time. So Sina was playing with pre-move. You can look at this. When you only lose this amount of time, like 1/100 of a second, then it's just 1/10 of a second, I guess. Yeah, 1/10 of a second. When you only lose that, then it's just a pre-move. So h5, knight to c5, rook to c1, and look, Carlsen now has less time than Sina. Queen e5, rook d1, and now he's playing for the clock, and he's also playing for the position is very hard. Now trading the queens, 2 seconds to 1 second, h6. Carlsen goes there. He pre-moves knight h7 and hopes that he can hold on the clock, but Sina shows his skills. And here he sacrificed the rook on d5, which is a blunder according to chess. But Carlsen most probably just pre-moved here or here, and then deciding to take this takes time, and then Sina plays h7 and Carlsen flags. Okay, the position is equal. If it was about the position, he wouldn't have played like that. He just plays f4 and wins the game. 3 pawns and a rook, just simply wins. But he plays this to also beat him on the clock. A fantastic game by Sina. I mean, I always enjoy his games, and now Carlsen has to also watch out for Sina also. It's not only Ali Reza these days, it's also Sina. He beats Carlsen in 3 different tournaments, online tournaments, and the game was like, till here Magnus was somehow better according to engines. Maybe knight ft7, maybe queen a6, but after this e5, the game just went into a chaos. And after this queen g6, knight f5, sacrifice, bringing the king out, winning the rook, and this battle on the clock at the end of the game was, and this, look at this moment, just to play queen f5. I don't know how do you achieve this. I don't know. He is just fearless. He's just fearless. He's a great player, and I'm sure we will hear more of him very, very soon. And if you're wondering why he's not 26, 2700, because he doesn't have that much opportunities to participate in tournaments. I know him a little bit, and in near future I hope he also have chances to participate in big tournaments and to see him over the board. Hope you enjoyed this video. If this is the case, please write down your thoughts in the comments, and remember to like the video, and more important, remember to enjoy chess and life.